Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Nairi, this is Old Cottage Junk, and have a beautiful chocolate and coffee journal here. And the plan today is to get some really cute edging things going on here. So I've got some ideas. I've got coffee cups and I've done that already there, as you can see, and I've also got some lace. So I think it's just feeling my way really, is to see what I really like. My idea was that if you had coffee cups going across the pages, you would just see them like tabs going across. So I love that idea. I also love the idea of using different coloured fabrics and laces, but it's not a massively lacy journal, so I don't want to go mad with the lace. But also there's the opportunity to do something at the top and at the bottom. So shall we see where we get to with it? So if any of you have been following me, you know I've had a really bad back. So I started this journal in my bedroom, and then I progressed to the living room where I was phoning with my camera, and now I'm on the kitchen table. So we have made progress, and my lovely hubby set up the camera for me on the kitchen table, and I've got cushions behind me. So I had a bit of job getting the camera to stay put. kept moving around. I think it's a different setup to what I've normally got, and the arm extension didn't seem to be carrying the weight of the camera, so we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. So how are you all? Are you doing okay? Are you doing a junk journal project at the moment? Do you like to see themed junk journals like I'm doing, or do you like the genuine, what I call ephemeral ones, which are more eclectic, which is, I must admit, what I normally do, but I'm enjoying using this kit. So let's make sure you're definitely in focus. I love using this kit. It's been really nice. It's been a very different thing from what I normally do. And my ideas for my next one, so Jodie's given me an idea of a sea themed one, which I'm definitely going to do, but I might do that a little bit nearer when the nicer weather comes. I'm not too sure, but I've been making a kit for that, so that will go up on my Etsy soon. But I have a kit on my Etsy for vintage sewing, so I'm thinking of making one that's like a seamstress haberdashery one. And I'll probably use my own kit, but let me know in the comments if you've done printing out before for kits for junk journals, or you do that regularly. Let me know how you get on with the ink side of it, because suffice to say, I went through a whole coloured ink thing just doing my own journal printing, and so that leaves me with, just trying to get you a bit more central, that leaves me with a bit of a problem, because say I buy some scrapbooking paper, which I did for this one. Not sure how much glue I've got in here. We'll give it a go. If not, I'll use my Fabri-Tac. Say I print out a kit. Now, shall we have one here? Let's see if we can do, say, one there poking out. I feel like the cups will be better down the side. I don't know what you think. I definitely want to put lace in, but I don't think the cups will look right at the top. So let's get one in there first of all. Now I have to shuffle around with my back, so who knows, I might have to do this video in a few parts. Not that you'll know that, so I'll edit that out. But I just think maybe that could just stick out there like that. It's cute, isn't it? Having little tabs. Yeah, so if I print my own kit out, so I think it was 20 pages of kit. If that's going to use nearly a whole ink thing, well, that's £25. So I was saying to my husband, are we doing something wrong? Like, should we be putting on a different default button or something? But he doesn't seem to think we are. So if you do that and then add in a sort of scrapbook ephemera kit, then it already makes the junk journal really expensive before you get anywhere, and I don't really want that to happen. Should we do? I think I don't want to do it on each one, but let's see if we go, not that one, so go for that one. I mean, it's sticking out more than that blue one, but I didn't have the idea quite back then. And let me put it on this one. I'm just having a look to see what it looked like together. Yeah, I think that's cute. Let's do that. Yeah, that sort of whacks up the price of the journal before you've even got anywhere with it. So let me know in the comments if you find that the kits are expensive to print out and it's not just me. I think my kits are quite ink heavy, like this is quite ink heavy, I suppose, but still, you know, I guess I wasn't thinking that that would be an issue. And then you buy a kit for quite a low amount of money, don't you? So I was thinking it would be a really nice way of doing it, but now I don't know. Let me know. Right, so there's that one there. Now before we go any further, I wonder whether we do the lace next, because then I can see how this is going to look. And to be honest, with the lace we may not see the cups, but you know, let's try a bit of sari silk. Hopefully I've got my scissors here. So I think the lighting's pretty good here on the kitchen table, which is great because it's probably better than my normal filming area, if I'm honest with you. Okay, so yeah, that is going to cover the cups a little bit, but I definitely want some fabric to go in because that's very much me, really. Let's not go for too much though, let's just do little tabs like that. So this will probably need the Fabri-Tac, I would say. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so just let me know, because I was having fun looking at all these kits, thinking about my kit and thinking about combining kits, but I'm like, well, if it's going to go through a couple of ink cartridges to do a couple of kits, well, that's going to make the journals silly prices, so that doesn't make any sense to me. Right, yeah, that'll look all right as we keep going along. So we've got that, and then we have got this one. So I do have this pink. It's not a pink journal by any stretch of imagination, but a little bit of pink I think could be all right. Also got some blue, which I prefer in this journal. I've also got some fabric like this. Sorry, that's my washing machine. I think I'm going to go for the fabric next, but not as big a stretch as that. Let's have it down a little bit smaller because and now my ring has got caught. There we go. Yeah, let's just have it edging it. It gives it a mix of colour, you know, because that's what adding. Oops, that's the dog, sorry. We do have a cup here though, don't we? Sorry, he's scratching his comb. Surf, leave it. He's had an operation, so that's not going to be right over that cup. So let's actually put one here, and I think that looks really nice. So let's do that. Put one there. Yeah, let me know if you've got experience of these things, because I've made a few journals, but I wouldn't say by any stretch of imagination that I'm experienced in it. So I'd love to know what you have to say about it. There we go. Let's pop that one on. That's pretty, isn't it? And that Fabri-Tac's amazing. It just, if you want to make journals and you want to include fabric or lace, then get yourself some Fabri-Tac, because there isn't really anything better in my experience. Okay, so now we've got that tab there. That one's sticking out a little bit, isn't it? I think I am going to cut that, albeit it doesn't matter that much, but I'm just thinking, let's go down a little bit narrower with that one. Yeah, okay. So if you do junk journaling, or you're thinking about it, obviously you don't have to add fabric or lace. I've seen lots of people just use paper and tags and stuff, and they do it beautifully well. So I think it's down to personal choice as to whether you want that extra dimension, and to be honest, a little bit of extra hassle, because you need different glue and depending where you get your fabric from, it may add an extra expense that maybe you don't want. But so yeah, you don't have to have fabric, but for me, I like the different textures. I'm actually thinking now then that I'm going to put a little bit of fabric here, and I think the lace might be good here. Yes, I think it would be. So a lot of my laces come from like, what if you were in America you would call it a thrift store, we call it something else over here. So they're all second hands. I have bought a few, but all of what you're seeing me use at the moment is second hand, apart from the sari silk I think I did buy in. But yeah, so it's good, isn't it, because somebody else hasn't wanted it and I'm getting to use it. So reuse, repurpose is the order of the day. So let's just have a little bit of this on there. Don't go too mad with it. Right, so there's nothing down there, so I can put that on there, or we can go up or down. So let me have a look at the top of the journal a minute. The thing is, my tags are not yet fixed and stamped and back, so they are floating around a little bit. I'm going to put that up there. That does look nice, doesn't it? Do you think? Because then it doesn't compete with that. Or it could go down the bottom, but I've got, if you see, there's quite a lot of coffee coloured sticking out from the bottom, so I actually think it's going to look nice on the top, so let's do that. So the effect of this will be when you shut the journal, I mean, we won't have time obviously to do all of my fabric and lace edging on camera, but the effect will be when you shut the journal that lots of different interesting bits will pop out the journal and it will look pretty. Excuse me doing it this way, but I obviously don't have all my stuff, being that I'm trying to film in the house on my kitchen table. I don't have everything with me that I normally would. Let me just close that a minute just to see. Yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? We don't need loads of those happening like that, but I think every now and again would be good. So a coffee cup sticking out there, I like. This one is a shorter page, it's a bit more difficult. Got a coffee cup there, so I think I might leave that one. This one's a pretty page, and I feel like, you know, maybe not on the edge, but here perhaps. I think that lends itself to the pink really well there, so let me chop another bit of pink off. So what else I've got to tell you? So I did a video on my other channel, Creative Kingfisher, explaining to the people that have subscribed there that now this channel will be for junk journaling. So that's gone out, and I do think that I might have had some subscribers from that video. So if you were on here watching and you've come over, well, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And we're going to have some fun together on this channel, because I like to do, well, what I like to do is find the edge that I need. I like to do all different types of journals. So this is an altered book, and I've not done an altered book before. I can't find the end, guys. Where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't even know where I cut last, but we're just going to have to cut into it. This is an altered book, so it's a Danielle Steele book where I've ripped out intermittently, I've ripped out pages, and then I've done envelopes and glued different pages together to make pockets and stuff, and then I've covered and designed on top. So the only thing I have to learn about this for next time is this particular book was about her son, and it's a really sad story, so it's a real story. And so a lot of the print and writing I haven't been able to leave uncovered. So this bit doesn't say anything awful in it, but I haven't been able to kind of, what do you think about that? As opposed to it sticking out here. Let me see. I actually like it sticking out there. So yes, I haven't been able to leave many exposed pages, hardly any in fact, whereas if I'd picked another book I've got a Heidi vintage book out there. Well, that wouldn't have mattered because there's nothing unpleasant in there. So I need to remember that if I'm doing another altered book. What else have I done? I've done like a document one for Christmas that went, and I did a hard covered 2 signature journal and a soft covered 3 signature journal. So they've all been different. So I don't know what I'm going to do next, so that'll be fun to find out, won't it? But what I will do is I'll challenge and I'll push myself, and hopefully you'll be able to learn with me. All right, just shuffling my back around, so apologies for the kind of, you know, shuffle. So I really like that, and I think we're ready for another coffee cup. So that's one of the original pages when her son was younger. Let's have this one down the bottom. And I was asking people about, because sometimes I put these full pages of decor on, which I love, and we were talking in the comments about whether to leave them with hardly any decor on because they're so pretty and attractive. And so Elizabeth was saying she felt leave them. So that is what I am doing, just adding the odd bit of lace, but not, you know, not much else. So fussy cutting is a bit of a hoo-ha, isn't it? And I don't enjoy it. But sometimes it makes things pop from the page. So sometimes it is worth it. It's just a bit time consuming, isn't it? But sometimes of an evening, if I've got nothing that I want to watch, I just sit down in the lounge with hubby and just do a bit of cutting, you know? Right, so we can see where that cup is there. Hopefully you can see. Let me get the others down so we can see. So that one's sticking out there, and that one is sticking out there. So let's have a look at the side. As I say, I wasn't planning on doing this whole thing when I did that blue one, but I'm starting to get the idea of where we're going with this, aren't we? So I think now we need one sort of down in this area. We can always go back up the scale again. Not there for sure. I mean, can I get away with one right at the very top? Yeah, I could actually. Do you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right at the very top. There's not much going on this page here, so that's another reason why it might work. Let's do that then. So I hope you're all ready for Christmas. We're really streamlining it down quite a lot this year, so I've found it a bit easier, thankfully. Mainly concentrating on the grandchildren this year, not still well, actually paying for a meal for the adult children for my mum's 80th, so we are doing something, but I try to kind of like control the whole buying thing, really. Not because I'm against it, I love it, I love giving presents, but when you've got, because I've got 7 children including my adopted sons, it's just, yeah, it just gets a bit cray really. Right, I'm thinking we can have something here, but I don't want to cover up that, so I don't want to cover up that either, so no. And we've got this sari silk down here and that, so that's okay. So I just need to glue the bottom of this lace so it becomes a pocket, because I didn't, and I just realised, so just glue that up like that. That's nice. Okay, so how are we doing? This page is really bland and blank, but I'm trying to keep it as a journaling page, which I really struggle with. I admit it's a fault, really. This is going on here, which will look nice. Could do that now. I hope you excuse me just getting a couple of these little things done. Actually, I'm just going to grab this one and just use a stick glue just to get it on. I'll probably have to re-glue it with some decent glue, but I'm running out of that art precision glue, so just going to do that for a minute just so we can see what it looks like, what it's going to look like. I've got that nice clock in there. So yeah, this page isn't working for me yet, but I'm still working on it. Does that make sense? I don't know what's coming on down here. What's that? That's the other side. Okay. It's not working mainly because it doesn't have a lot of decor on it. But it's going to work for the journaler, for the person who has the journal. So we could put a lovely piece of lace on the back of there actually, because it's blank. So obviously we've got these small bits which are more like tags, but we do have this. But if I put that on, can it still be a journaling page? Not if I stick it right down, it can't. Could it look amazing in the journal? Yes. So we need to find a way. So we want it to hang over the edge because we want to see it. So it needs to hang over like that. But we don't want it to cover the page. All we have to do is glue it one side, and then the person can lift up the flap, and then when they write like this, they can have a little bit of screening on it. Do we like that? I love it. It's no good me telling you guys what you like. Might not like it at all. Right. So let's give us plenty of... Now this definitely is a vintage lace, and it definitely was got from a store where it would have been kind of genuine. Let's get that in. Okay, so yes, that can glue gently down. Let me just see how much we want to have hanging over. I mean, we don't want loads hanging over, because I say this is not what I call a lacy lace journal like my last one, but it doesn't mean to say we can't have some. So best thing to do then is to glue this bit quite well. And then we're going to have to let that dry. Now, there's two sides to lace, and this is the correct side. It's going down, going up. Okay. Yes. So, once it's kind of on, it's on. You can't really do much about it then. There we go. That's very complimentary, isn't it? And I think it's sorted that page out. It's bothering me. But I didn't want to... Oh, I'm sorry, that was my head on the camera stand. I didn't want to put anything on that page, as in I wanted people to be able to write on there. So that's nice, isn't it? Right, I'm going to have to stand up and stretch. Don't worry, I'll edit it out. Okay, that was a good stretch. And I've just popped the kettle on, so apologies for that noise. Right. I think one of the things about this is it's lacking colour. It's got those lovely brown tones, but it's lacking something, isn't it? So it could be that we go for actually the fabric would look good on the edge there. I think they go for the fabric and look for a coffee cup. But I have got more options other than this, so let me get my stash out. That's possibly got some stuff in it, but not necessarily. Okay, just going to grab some of the scrapbook papers. It might be that we can go for a coffee pot or something different, you know, it doesn't have to be coffee cups per se. Okay, so let me first of all look in that smaller book that I just grabbed out, which is there, sorry, right in front of us, isn't it? Okay, so we've got images, sorry, I shouted then, didn't I? We've got some different images here. It's just whether it looks right on the side of the page, whereas the others are more like oldie worldy looking, aren't they? Those might look quite quirky, but again, I've gone with the coffee cup, so I don't want to break the look too much. So we have these, but I think they're the same. And then we have these, which are not fussy cut. All right, jury's out, don't know. because that is, what's that like on the back? They're not two-sided, whereas the others are. If you see what I mean, these are designed for fussy cut because they're the same on the other side, which works on each side of the page. We're going to have to stick with those if we're going to do coffee cups. So let me get this piece of fabric on, so I think that works well. So hubby's going to take the dog in a minute up to the vet because it's his check after his operation. He seems to be doing okay, but he's got a bit of a dodgy tummy, which has caused quite a few issues for my husband because I can't bend at the moment or do anything. So he's had to clear up quite a lot of unpleasantness, shall we say. There, that's quite cute, isn't it? And that could also have a cup on it, I think. Let me have a look. No, we seem to have got a bit of, oh no, that's okay. Thought it's stuck down there. So that's really nice like that. I might trim the lace a bit more down the bottom and top, but I think that works well. So I'm not sure we need another coffee cup on this one. So let's turn it over and let me see. This is a busy little page. These tags have not been finished or backed or anything, but we've got an idea of what it's going to look like. So, and we can't, because now I need to go further down with the coffee cups and we can't do that on this page. It's like a half page. So that's not going to work there, is it? Let's just chop that then. That's that sorted. But this one is a really good page to put one on. So let's shut it again and have a look at how we're doing. If you can see okay. So starting to feel like really nice and tactile. Now we've got a coffee cup there, there. One slightly poking out there. So I think sort of around about here we can put one here. Let's do that. Could have a big one there. One curve. Let's have that one. I don't want to take it away from the page because there's plenty on it already. I don't really know what gave me the idea of coffee and chocolate. I think it's because I haven't seen one. I haven't seen anybody do one. I'm sure they have. I think people have done just about every junk journal out there, haven't they? But I haven't seen a vintage sewing one recently either, so that was my thoughts around that. And I'm way past the Christmassy stuff now. I just think the trouble with doing Christmas journals, as lovely as they are, is it feels like a short time of year that it's actually going to be relevant. Right, that will look nice there, wouldn't it? I think I should be using this glue, but we're running out. Oh, that's quite a big blob. There, that looks so nice, doesn't it? Oh, slidey slidey. Right, now that one won't poke out that much because the next page that we have is like this concertina thing going on where it all opens out and goes backwards and forwards. Do anything on that one, I think it's a no, because I like the effect of that kind of layering there. So I think if we put lace on that or fabric, then we lose a lot of that, don't we? And I quite like that, as plain as that is, I quite like that. And again, these tags have to be backed and kind of inked and stuff. So this is the next one where I feel we can do something. We haven't done any blue lace yet, but that just looks silly on there. And we haven't used any blue lace, so maybe it's not going to look right. So I think for this one, I would go for the sari silk because it complements, doesn't it? So I think. Now let me see where I want to put that sari silk, because it's nice if we have it in different places. So we kind of, if you look down the line, we've got lots here and we've got a little bit of lace going on fabric here, but actually we've got lots of coffee cups here, but we haven't got so much. But then we could come back here and do it. No, we're not going to do that. So I think here we're going to put the sari silk. mean, there's no exact science to this, as you can see. I'm not one for having it kind of super regular, because I don't think a junk journal, personally, I don't think that's what it's about really. But you know, that's just my personal taste, you know. I've got my thoughts on it and I like things to be a little bit random. So let's have that like that. We can. Like so. So it covers up a little bit of that pocket, but you've got loads of pocket room there, so it's okay. Now be careful to not let that stick. And I think that could stick out like that, but it may be that that gets trimmed later. Okay, how are we doing? So I'm gonna say that we have a look at this one here. So this has got lace, and I think we could have a coffee cup sort of coming out of somewhere here. Let me just have a little double check of where the other one was. So right on the corner perhaps we can do. I mean, whether I've got enough of these to go all the way through this journal, because if you look, I've still got quite a lot of pages that haven't been done yet. Whether it will work all the way through, I don't know. I might have to go for some repeats of the cups, or I might have to use something, a floral or something. But so far so good. Hope you like it. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you found me and you've not come across me before, the channel's really new, so that's likely why you haven't. So if you like it, subscribe. I mean, if you don't, then it's fine, you know, just to watch this one and never find me again. But I'd like to think that you're enjoying it, if you're still here especially. Let's put that in a corner, right down the bottom. Let's have it that way. Okay, so I say my back's not going to hold out any longer actually, but I think we've done a lot. We've done really well, and you can see how that is gradually going to, so if I just hold that out there, these are all going to end up being fatter, aren't they, because I'm going to have ephemera in them and stuff. So imagine the journal is going to be about that wide, and then there'll be more fabrics, more cups sticking out. I think it's going to look lovely. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like my journal, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video for Old Cottage Jug. I think my next video is likely to be sorting out my tags and cards that I've already popped in, with backing them and inking them, but it may not be, it may be something else, but stay tuned and you will find out. Hit that notification bell as well, because then you'll know when I'm bringing my videos out. Thank you.